On September 15th, 2025, 7:05 a.m. in Cleveland, Mississippi, a groundskeeper makes his morning rounds across the lawns of Delta State University. The Centennial Celebration banners flutter in the morning breeze. Students haven't begun flooding the pathways yet. The campus is peaceful and quiet until he reaches the pickleball courts. There, hanging from a tree in broad daylight in the very heart of campus, is the body of 21-year-old Trey Reed. Let me reiterate, a black student found hanging from a tree in Mississippi. Let that sink in. Within hours, the official story would be swift and definitive. No foul play, no evidence of assault, case closed. But I call BS on that. The family says Trey was found with broken bones. He was allegedly locked in a campus building the night before. All signs pointing to he was lynched. Black people don't lynch themselves. That statement would echo all across social media. If that wasn't enough, here's what makes this story even more chilling. This isn't the first tragedy to strike Delta State University. Not even close. Welcome to a campus some are calling cursed, where professors have been unalived in their offices, where a department chair was taken out by her own stepson, where administrators have locked faculty in rooms until they agreed to resign, where the echoes of racial violence stretch back decades to protests, arrests, and systematic discrimination. Tonight we're going to take you inside one of the most controversial cases in recent memory. But what if I told you not everything in this case is what it seems? There has been a viral video going around of someone claiming to be his family. What if I told you that person is a scammer and that person set up a fraudulent GoFundMe account? Yeah, you're gonna want to stick around for this one. Hello strangers, welcome back to the Strange Bar and Grill. I'm your host, JP. Today's story is about Trey Reed and the cursed campus of Delta State University. But I won't hold you any longer. Let's jump right in. Let's begin where all mysteries should, with the victim himself. Who was Trey Reed? And why are so many people convinced that what happened to him was not self-inflicted? Trey Reed was described by family as their little quiet light, who was sweet, well-mannered, and would give you the world if he could. The 21-year-old from Grenada, Mississippi had dreams to become a truck driver like his uncle Jerry Reed, a pastor who worked as a trucker for nearly 30 years. Family members characterized him as a happy young man who was joyful and had a plan for his life. Trey had only been attending Delta State University for about a month before his death. His mother spoke with him by phone on Friday, September 13th, and reported that he was happy to be at Delta State University and expressed excitement about his college experience. Nothing in his demeanor suggested distress. According to family accounts, he was happy. He was only at school for a month. He couldn't have been homesick. He didn't appear to be homesick. The final weekend of Reed's life remains largely a mystery. Available reporting provides no clear timeline of his activities from Friday evening through Sunday night. But what is certain is that at approximately 7:05 a.m. on Monday, September 15th, a Delta State University staff member discovered Reed's body hanging from a tree near the pickleball courts in the central campus area, one of the most public areas of campus, visible to anyone passing by. The discovery immediately prompted campus officials to cancel classes and Centennial Celebration events, as news of the death spread rapidly through the university community of approximately 2,700 students. Delta State University Police Chief Michael Peeler held a press conference that afternoon stating, at approximately 7:05 a.m., University Police was notified of what appeared to be the body of a black male hanging from a tree central campus near the DSU pickleball courts. We later identified the male subject to be 21-year-old Trey Reed of Grenada, Mississippi. From the outset, authorities insisted there was no evidence of foul play. The investigation was conducted by multiple agencies, Delta State University Police taking the lead, with assistance from the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, Cleveland, Mississippi Police Department, and the Bolivar County Sheriff's Department. The body was retrieved by the Bolivar County Coroner's Office at around 8 a.m. and sent to the Mississippi State Crime Lab for autopsy. Despite authorities immediately claiming no foul play, conflicting information about Reed's condition has fueled suspicion. Social media posts, including information from Trey's cousin and family on TikTok, stated that Trey was beaten and bruised, both of his arms were broken, and he had a broken leg. But that's not completely true. The person you see on your screen right now, that person is a scammer. Their initial post went viral, and it caused a lot of these rumors that Trey Reed had broken bones and lesions and contusions and all these different things. Since then, that post has been reported and taken down. Trey Reed's family released an official statement online. Alexis S. Reed is a family member, and she posted this. Rumors are spreading so fast in Trey's incident. I am going to state this. His family hasn't stated anywhere that he had broken body parts. The family doesn't have any information nor answers to what happened. We are waiting, so therefore, don't say family said anything. This is extremely emotional. Stop sharing false stories. If you want to do anything for the family, just say a prayer. And also, there is no GoFundMe made from the family. It is a scam. So this guy here that you see on your screen right now, he is a scammer. If you see a GoFundMe, it's a scam. The family is not asking for any money. And this post by Alexis was made on September 16th. Bolivar County Coroner Randolph Sills issued a statement. Based on the preliminary examination, we can confirm that the deceased did not suffer any lacerations, contusions, compound fractures, broken bones, or injuries consistent with an assault. At this time, there's no evidence to suggest the individual was physically attacked before his death. Okay, so they're saying that, but they came to that conclusion way too quickly. They found him on the 15th and declared no foul play almost immediately? Doesn't make sense to me. Initially, family members were given conflicting information about how Trey died. The Grenada County Sheriff's Department first told the family that Trey Reed was found dead in his dorm room, in his bed, only to later learn the actual circumstances involved him being found hanging from a tree. I feel like that's a huge discrepancy. Sounds like a cover-up, and when that story didn't make sense, they changed it up. The case has gone viral on social media with posts declaring, "Black people don't lynch themselves," and his name was Trey Reed. He was 21, he was a son. A black student lynched in 2025, not 1925. The location of Delta State University is only 30 miles from the site where Emmett Till's body was discovered in the Tallahatchie River 70 years ago. This has amplified the historical resonance of this case. So with all that, let's talk about Delta State's troubled racial history and why they say this university is cursed. Delta State University has a documented history of racial tensions dating back to its integration in 1967. The university did not admit its first black student, Shirley Antoinette Washington, until 1967, 13 years after Brown versus the Board of Education. Integration met with resistance and public opposition, and initially, the only black people on campus were custodians, groundskeepers, and laundry attendants. The most significant racial incident occurred in 1969, sparked by the death of black student James Kennedy. Kennedy died after being struck by a white student during a cafeteria fight. This death, combined with systemic discrimination faced by black students, led to a historic sit-in protest on March 10th of 1969. The discrimination black students faced was extensive and institutionalized. They were automatically placed in remedial classes regardless of ability, regularly called racial slurs by faculty members, housed in segregated dormitories, and subjected to physical harassment. The cafeteria remained effectively segregated despite legal integration, and black students had to travel in groups for safety. 51 black students and 1 white student staged a sit-in at Keithley Hall, presenting 10 demands, including hiring black counselors and instructors, ending derogatory language, fair grading practices, campus access, scholarships, black history courses, and black representation in student government. All protesters were arrested and taken to Parchman Prison on death row. Yeah, that's right, Parchman Prison on death row, though they were later released after the local black community provided property bonds. While some progress was made following the 1969 protests, faculty stopped using racial slurs in class and grades were calculated more equitably, many issues persisted. The university never created the requested Black History course and never added Black History books to the library. Delta State University has experienced an unusually high number of tragic incidents over the past decade, leading some to describe the campus as cursed. The pattern of violence and death extends well beyond Trey Reed's case. One of the more shocking incidents occurred on September 14, 2015, when geography instructor Shannon Lamb shot and unalived Professor Ethan Schmidt in his office. He had also unalived his girlfriend earlier that morning, Amy Prentice. Schmidt, a 45-year-old American history professor and father of 3, was shot in the head at around 10:45 a.m. The campus was locked down for hours as police conducted a manhunt. Lamb died by self-delete when confronted by police near Greenville, Mississippi. In June of 2022, Dr. Karen Fosheim, chair of the music department, was unalived by her 14-year-old stepson. She was 57 years old and was found suffocated in their home in Boyle, Mississippi during a welfare check. Her stepson, Alcini Camara, was charged with murder and denied bond. Administrative corruption and misconduct have also plagued the university. In 2023, the Faculty Senate voted no confidence against liberal arts dean Ellen Green following allegations that she locked an Iranian art professor, Mansour Shams, in her office with an HR director and department chair until he agreed to resign. Mansour filed a federal discrimination lawsuit alleging ethnic bias, which Delta State eventually settled. Ellen Green stepped down in 2024. But what do you think? Do you think Delta State University is cursed? These aren't the only other scandals I found. I found other professors discussing other scandals and other unfortunate events that occurred here. From the university hiring con men to scam them out of millions, to the gross misconduct of former President Bill LaForge, to terrible accidents killing professors. Just a whole list of problems going on at this college. Sounds cursed to me. Family attorney Vanessa Jones had a press conference on September 16th stating the family does not know exactly what happened on September the 15th of 2025. We are seeking answers from Delta State University. We're seeking answers from the coroner's office. Jones criticized the poor communication, noting that the media knew about Trey's death before the family did. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump was retained by the family for an independent investigation. Crump stated, "We cannot accept vague conclusions when so many questions remain. I stand with this family, and we will lead a team of civil rights leaders and organizations in pursuing transparency and answers for Trey's family. The family is demanding access to campus surveillance footage, an independent autopsy, and complete transparency in the investigation." Jones has also threatened legal action for constitutional violations related to improper release of Reed's name to media before family notification. And I'm going to guess that surveillance footage will be missing, or it was deleted, or the cameras just weren't working. This death has really sparked widespread outrage and skepticism, particularly amongst civil rights organizations and black communities. The NAACP posted on Instagram, "You'd have to excuse our skepticism amidst growing racially motivated violence targeted at our communities across this nation, and our people have not historically hung ourselves from trees." U.S. Representative Benny Thompson called for a federal investigation by the Department of Justice and FBI, stating, "We must leave no stone unturned in the search for answers. While the details of this case are still emerging, we cannot ignore Mississippi's painful history of lynching and racial violence against African Americans." But what do you all think? Do you guys think this was self-inflicted? Or do you think with all the current events going on right now and all this rhetoric that's being passed around and people are pissed off, people are mad, and do you think they did something to Trey Reed? Do you think they lynched him, hung him, and just being Mississippi, these cops came in and covered it all up to make it look like something it wasn't? What do you think's going on here? You know what I think. You know what I think. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section.